If there's anything I want most out of this revolution, it will be to prevent sexual harassment in Egypt. On March the 9th, my friends were being beaten up outside the Egyptian Museum, so I went to demand their release. An army officer then accused me of inciting violence, and I was taken back to the grounds of the museum where they beat me and electrocuted me, and a high-ranking army officer slapped me across the face. 16 other girls were also brought to the museum. They rounded us up and used tasers while they called us names and forced us onto a bus where we stayed for 3 hours. We overheard an officer saying that we were being accused of prostitution. We spent the night on the bus and woke up the next morning. They put us inside a state security truck which took us to a military prison. They treated us like criminals even though we weren't charged with anything. We were then escorted into a small room that had 2 doors and a window that was wide open. They told me to strip naked, and when I asked the only female officer present to close the doors, she refused. I started taking off my clothes. Once I was completely naked, I saw an officer watching me from outside the window. And then a man wearing a dirty white coat who called himself a doctor tested us to check if we were virgins. You'd get electrocuted if you asked for a woman to conduct the test. At that very moment, I had a nervous breakdown. I was shaking and crying without tears and couldn't accept what was happening. Later, we found the only reason these virginity tests were conducted was to clear the army of any rape allegations. Me and some other girls were given suspended 1-year sentences. They said I wounded an officer and threw Molotov cocktails, but these are allegations I deny. I've been sexually harassed before, but at least then I was in a position to defend myself. I was in a position to say no, but at that point in time I couldn't. My scream for help was all the pride I had left to exercise, and while I've been through so much turmoil in my life, I'm trying to convince myself that over time my pride can one day be restored.